Welcome back, guys. Today I get to go visit 5 or 6 different car dealerships in Las Vegas, which is a city that has over 600,000 people. So I'm going to show you exactly what the different dealer inventories look like, what the pricing is, and if these vehicles are being asked above or below MSRP, so that you can better understand why everyone is saying that the car and truck market is crashing, why dealerships are reporting that vehicles aren't being sold and they're sitting on the lot a lot longer than they used to. So at least in the sample size that we have today in Las Vegas, let's go see what we can find. And here's a 2-door Badlands Ford Bronco. Looks like it has the Sasquatch package. And after a $15,000 market adjustment, it's going to be about $75,000. What do you guys think of that? Comment below. And now at the Toyota dealer, there's a whole row of new Tundras, Camrys on the back, and Foreigners lining the side. This is a limited Crew Max. MSRP 62, pretty typical for full-size trucks these days, but it does have the extra $1,600 package. You can also tell their inventory is full of higher trim levels with the iForce Max, not the regular non-hybrid equivalent. But they basically all have that $1,600 market adjustment, making this an $83,000 truck MSRP. Even this 3rd generation Tacoma, which is about to disappear for the upgraded newer model, and they're still asking a $1,000 markup on this one. Let's finish at the Toyota dealer with these Foreigners, which you may have not already noticed. There's actually a second row of them back here. So here's an SR5, a red one. Very dirty. These don't look like they've been cleaned in a while. And coming around, yeah, another one of those adjustments that you just can't get past. Otherwise, it's 41 grand with the package 43. I've seen these for as low as 39 more locally to where I live. Or what about this limited? After adjustments, $57,000. It's honestly pretty disheartening in a city this big, where Vegas has almost 700,000 people who live within city limits and over 2 million in the metropolitan area. I would have thought that they would offer better deals. They would move enough cars that they have inventory, that they don't have to make every last dollar that you have off of you when they sell you a car. But apparently that's not the case. So personally, I would not buy a car in this area. I would travel to another town where someone is more willing to make a deal, and they're not going to have all these upgraded packages that you just can't avoid. And here's the 2022 Ram TRX. These are really fun trucks. I've driven a couple of these, but let's see how much it is with 10,000 miles. It's going to retail for $98,000, which is probably about $10,000 more than this was brand new. This is actually pretty cool. The last gen Colorado ZR2 for under 30 grand. Let's see. Mileage, $75,000. So that might actually be a decent deal. What do you guys think of this one? Or the Black Widow Silverado, which isn't even a ZR2. It's an RST, a 2023, and that's a $33,000 package. So $97,000 is what you're gonna pay for those options on your Black Widow Silverado. And this Chevy dealer is absolutely packed. A lot of Silverados running down this whole aisle, and then a lot of used stuff coming back around for what faces the main busy road. And it seems like every other Silverado has up to $10,000 off. So I wonder what stipulations are required to meet those criteria. But this is a 24 RST, and it stickers for $65,000. Obviously in Las Vegas, there's not nearly as much of a reason to have a 4-wheel drive. So I wonder how many of these actually are 4-wheel drive versus 2-wheel drive. This one is a 4-wheel drive, and it stickers for $61,000. But this Silverado is a 2-wheel drive. Let's see what it stickers for. And it's an RST, so the Rally Sport Truck 2024, stickers for $61,000. What about this one? This one has the 6.2 liter and is advertised up to $10,000 off. And this one is a 2023 LTZ, 10-speed, of course, at the 6.2, but it stickers for $70,000. I've actually reviewed the regular Silverado ZR2 and ZR2 Bison, but this is actually the 2500 HD with the 6.6 liter Duramax. Let's see what it stickers for. It's a 2024, four-wheel drive, obviously, 6.6 turbo diesel. $95,000, if you guys can see that. That's a pretty penny. And here's actually a pretty nice looking Jeep. Let's check out its specs. 2019 Wrangler Unlimited, 18,000 miles, but it's basically 5 years old at this point. There's a lot of information here, including the Carfax, which I do appreciate, but I don't even see what the asking price is, which I'm disappointed about. Or this TRD Off-Road 4Runner, which it's been the same generation since 2010, but this one's actually pretty new, 2023. It is used, quite a few miles for 1 year old. Carfax looks pretty good overall, but again, no price, no transparency, and you can see there's nothing on the windshield either. And here's another Black Widow. These seriously look really good in person. This one's a 2023, and it's $63,000, but it doesn't look like it has the Black Widow package on there. Nope, because that's on the left. That's an additional sticker, $30,000, totaling $94,000, very similar to the other one that you saw. Let's check out this LTZ 2500 HD. So it's not a high country or anything, but LTZ is the next highest trim, $83,000, and that is a pretty substantial truck. What do you guys think of this one? Comment below. And here's a really nice wide body 6.4 liter Hemi Charger, $49,000. Has 23,000 miles, and it's basically 3 years old. What do you guys think of this one? I like the matte black hood. There's obviously a lot of Alfa Romeos at the Fiat dealer, but check out this 4C. This is pretty cool, and you don't see these very often. In fact, I don't think I've seen very many of these at all. This one they're asking $67,000 for, and it looks like it's a 2015. That's a lot of money for an Alfa Romeo, but at least it looks good. Here's an Alfa Romeo lease for $359 a month. That almost sounds like a decent price. It's a hybrid, so it's probably gonna get pretty good mileage. Let's check out that window sticker. And it's a 2024, obviously not a carryover 2023. So for a $57,000 MSRP, the lease is apparently only $359, so they must think it's gonna keep value pretty well. And here's a used 2022 ZR2 Silverado in the glacier blue color, which is beautiful. These drive pretty well, but brand new, they're like an $80,000 truck. Retail $67,000, and it has 11,000 miles. So that actually seems like a pretty decent deal, but the ZR2s don't keep their value very well, and that seems to be a pretty well-known fact compared to something like the Raptor. Or what about this Mojave Jeep Gladiator? This one looks really nice. I'm sure those are at least a 33. $45,000. It's basically 3 years old with the Pentastar V6. Or here's an F-150. And look at that, $3,500 market value adjustment over the already expensive $62,000 MSRP. Here's a 2018 Ford Raptor that at least has aftermarket coloring on the grille. 67,000 miles, but I don't see a price on here. Or here's the Lincoln Navigator. This looks pretty nice, probably brand new. And installed options, $2,600, meaning this is a $99,000 SUV. 97 on the sticker. Pretty crazy. But you can see there are a whole line of Navigators that go down quite a ways, further than my phone can zoom, and that's 6 times zoom. This Navigator is a little bit cheaper than the last one, but let's look at those installed options. $1,000 for a windshield treatment, okay. $1,700 for window tint and some door guard protectors, which, by the way, is this little sticker, the same thing you can get from the dollar store for $1.25. And that's only because they had to raise their prices. I just showed you guys all the Navigators that line that whole block, but wait, there's more. And not just a few more, there's another block worth. And today is actually just the middle of the weekday. It's currently 3 o'clock. So I know a lot of people are probably at work, but I see a lot of salesmen out, and I've seen very few customers. Well, let's maybe check out one more Navigator, which is basically the fancy version of the Ford Expedition. This one has the same $2,700 package, making this a $110,000 truck. I think we should move on to more Japanese-based vehicles like these Acuras, which are the fancy version of the Hondas, and see if these mildly luxurious crossover vehicles can save the day with their ballpark pricing. Nothing on the windshields and no stickers. They must have been removed for that $1,000 tint job. That's a shame. Oh wait, looks like they can be found in the dash. My bad, guys, I missed that. $55,000 is the MSRP right there. After all, oh, nitrogen tire fill, that's free. Thank you, guys. $58,000, where you would typically expect to see a discount. Let's maybe check out some of this whole line of RDXs. These are pretty nice. And ultimately, it's going to be several $1,000s more than the MSRP. Remember, it costs sometimes as little as 2/3 of a vehicle's MSRP to manufacture the vehicle and pay for labor. So I'm disappointed to see these marked up as they are. All right, let's check out another Japanese company, Nissan, and we'll see if they can save the day with their already typically lower cost vehicles. So this 21.5 is the Versa's MSRP, which for a Versa is quite a bit. But of course, there's dealer installed options on this one. You can't get away without the permaplate appearance for several $100s. Or what about this 15% made in the USA Nissan Versa, which after its extra options comes to $25,000. The Nissan Versa is actually the cheapest brand new base model car that you can buy in America, at least as of maybe 4 or 5 months ago when I reviewed one. But let's see how much a middle grade Nissan sedan is. This is the Altima, $30,000. But they all basically have the same type of protection plan that you just can't avoid. Most of it's overpriced nonsense, if you ask for my opinion. For this being Vegas, I'm actually surprised at how many used trucks they are. Let's look at this 23 Ram Tradesman, which is a very low trim level, only 4,000 miles, but no transparency, no pricing, and I'm not gonna look online to find out how much this costs. I might do that for you guys, but if I saw that at a lot that I was actually considering, I would just walk away personally. They're gonna try to make you overpay. If you guys aren't familiar with areas that have turf instead of grass, it's really an interesting experience. Let's see how much this SQ7 is going for. 2024, so it's brand new. $114,000. That looks like that is the MSRP. Market adjustment basically is that nonsense package, extra $2,000, bringing it up to $116,000. Well, let's check out the regular Q8. MSRP 81. Nonsense package. Discount on nonsense package, $83,000. Ultimately, guys, I think it's time for me to wrap up this video today. If you want to see more car dealerships in more towns, please let me know, and I'll gladly go and travel for you guys. This was just kind of a side detour, little fun expedition while I'm on a bigger mission for this trip today. But it's sad to see $100,000 SUVs, $15,000 markups on pricing for a lot of the big trucks, and over-expensive packages on basically everything else that can be bought new here. And I've basically found the same findings from other towns. This is the Valley Auto Mall. I only showed you maybe a fraction of 4 or 5 different dealerships today. There's actually 20 dealerships right here locally just around these blocks, and there's more in the surrounding area. But what I have found, similar to other bigger cities, is there's a lot of inventory in bigger areas. And sometimes they're willing to move them. They're willing to advertise discounts. I did not find that today. And then I have found smaller inventories at smaller lots. So there's not a lot of consensus between where to find the best deals. Sometimes your locally owned small lot that you maybe have connections to might be able to help you out. Sometimes you might need to travel a couple 100 miles to save 5 or 10 grand, or at least avoid nonsense markups. I wish there was a more plain answer, but I think overall the system's broken. There's inconsistency throughout, and wherever you go, you're probably not going to pay the same price as one of your friends in another town, in another state. And so do your homework, research the vehicles before you buy them. This isn't even about stagnant wages and rising interest rates. This is just about MSRPs. Everyone wants their cut. The banks want high interests. The manufacturers want high MSRPs. And the dealers want to upcharge you and don't want to work with you. And that's pretty sad. If you like this video or found it useful in any way, please consider liking, subscribe if you want to watch more. I post a couple times a week. I hope to see you again. Until then, take care.